Hey, this is Sreehari from Mr. Phone, and this is the Vivo V15. It's not the Pro version, it's the V15 with a beautiful color at the back and a few other changes. So without any further ado, let's see what they are. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you want to get notifications of whenever we drop a new video. We also have a Mr. Phone Hindi channel where we post Hindi content regularly, so you should go and check that out as well. And don't forget to subscribe to that channel too. Generally in our reviews, we go through 6 sections when we are reviewing a smartphone, which goes from design to display to performance of software to cameras and then to the battery life. So let's simply just go through all these sections and see what's different with the Vivo V15. Before we do that, let me tell you this is not a review, this is just a first look at the Vivo V15. The review will come later. That is, of course, if you want to see that. So please let me know that in the comment section if you actually want to see a full review of the Vivo V15. The whole design of the phone, the back, the camera placements are all pretty much the same. The first big difference that you'll see is a fingerprint scanner at the back. So this area in the V15 Pro is of course very clean and smooth. There's nothing there. Here you have a physical capacitive fingerprint scanner inside, and that is because the screen doesn't have one. The Vivo V15 Pro actually comes with an in-display fingerprint scanner, an optical fingerprint scanner actually, and that's why there's no fingerprint scanner there at the back. So that is the first difference between these phones. It still carries a micro USB cable, a single speaker grill, a 3.5mm jack, and a noise cancelling microphone at the top. The SIM tray, the power button, the extra button that is there for the assistant, which actually triggers the Google Assistant here, which is really good. Clearly the next thing is the fingerprint scanner. So this one of course doesn't have a fingerprint scanner in the display, and it's not like the V15 Pro, but that comes with another compromise for the V15, and that is the display. So the V15 Pro, in order to of course accommodate an in-display fingerprint scanner, had to have a thin display panel, and that is why they used AMOLED for that. They actually used Samsung Super AMOLED display for the V15 Pro. This one doesn't have an in-display fingerprint scanner, so we thought why not compromise, people will never know. So this one actually sports an LCD panel instead of an AMOLED panel. So it's not just the fingerprint scanner that you're missing, the display one, it's also the display. This is an LCD display. The resolution is actually the same, and if you want, we can compare the V15 Pro with the V15 2 if you want to see that. So from the design we've known that there is a fingerprint scanner here that is not there in the V15 Pro, and this one carries an LCD display. What else? Now the other changes are actually on the inside. So the V15 Pro carries a Snapdragon 675, which is one of the latest processors from Qualcomm. It's an upper mid-range processor and a very powerful one at that. This one actually carries a MediaTek processor. It's not even a Qualcomm processor. It's a MediaTek Helio P70. So P70 is a slightly upgraded version of the Helio P60. Not much different between the P60 and the P70. In fact, it's still a powerful processor, but when even compared to some others like the Snapdragon 660 that is present in a lot of phones, the Redmi Note 7 Pro is available with the 675. Even Exynos 9610 from Samsung inside the A50. All these processors are more superior to the P70 for sure. The P70 has worked a lot on the power side, on the chipset side, but the GPU performance is still lacking. That said, if you want actually us to compare it with other processors, please let us know in the comment section, we will do that. So just like the Vivo V15 Pro, this also just comes in one configuration, that is 6GB RAM and 128GB storage. So that gets us through the software and performance too. Software is exactly the same that is on the V15 Pro, and performance, you saw there is a difference in processor. What else is different? So now coming to the camera section, this one still has a triple camera setup at the back, it retains that, and there is also a front pop-up selfie camera that is also still here. The only difference that I found is that the standard camera or the primary camera on the Vivo V15 is not a 48 megapixel sensor, it's a 12 megapixel sensor, still with an f1.8 aperture. Now, is the 12 megapixel on this one better or worse than the 48 megapixel camera on the Vivo V15 Pro? Is something that we'll have to test out, but it is not surely as dramatic as the number difference tells you. The 48 megapixel on the Vivo V15 Pro still produces 12 megapixel images with pixel binning. You are anyway getting the same resolution that you would get in the Vivo V15 Pro. You would just not get the 48 megapixel option. But we will definitely test the cameras out completely in detail and let you know what the actual differences are. Also, while we are testing our images, what I'll do right now is show you a few images on the screen as a comparison between the Vivo V15 Pro and the Vivo V15. You can take a look at the images and look for yourself. If you can find a difference between them, let me know in the comment section. Maybe you can help us out with our camera comparison of the Vivo V15. We've seen all the differences there are. There is just one more main difference between the Vivo V15 and the V15 Pro, and that is the battery size, and this one is actually not a negative one. Vivo V15 Pro had a 3700 mAh battery inside. This one actually has a 4000 mAh battery inside, so you get 300 mAh more. Now, if that is actually beneficial is something we'll have to see. Primarily because the V15 Pro had an AMOLED display, so all the areas where there were maybe black wallpapers used, or in all the apps that use black backgrounds or dark backgrounds, Vivo V15 Pro would be saving battery, but that won't happen on the LCD display. So maybe what I think is that the Vivo V15 Pro and the Vivo V15 will have very similar battery lives. The Vivo V15 Pro could actually also have a longer battery life because of the optimization that the chipset does, and also because of the AMOLED display. So I guess with that we come to an end of this video. Please let me know what you thought of this in the comment section below. This was not a full comparison or a full review by any length. What we did was just take a quick look at the Vivo V15 and compare it to the Vivo V15 Pro to just know what are the differences. We also showed you camera samples when we were talking about the camera, and I actually made it a blind test because that way you would not be biased when you look at the pictures, and I'm sure you must have also figured out what pictures you like with the Vivo V15 and the V15 Pro. So that was the end of this video. We'll also be coming out with a full review for the Vivo V15, so please stay subscribed if you want to see that. You should also check out the Hindi channel, the Mr. Phone Hindi channel. We're putting out new videos every week. Go and check those videos out and let us know if there are any videos on this channel that you want done in Hindi, maybe this one. If it is, if a lot of people do ask for it, we will put that video up on the Hindi channel as well. With that, I leave you to it. That's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sreehari from Mr. Phone, and I'll catch you in the next one. And the others are still the 8 megapixel and 5 megapixel sensors. One of them is ultra. Differences are between the V15 Pro and the V15 that we...
Hey, what's your recording, bro?
Oh,